So the chemistry of determination is an interesting topic. I actually enjoy so much to learn about determination. I think that every Brahmin has a big aim of becoming the complete self, of knowing God as much as possible and experiencing Him, of contributing to create a new world and a new civilization. So we have huge aim for which we definitely need a lot of determination. And not just in what I want to do to reach that goal, but also in what I want to be while I'm on the journey towards that goal. Because it's a huge, special, unique task that God Himself has given us. So nothing so more special than that. Sometimes I actually get goosebumps when I think of what Baba is giving us and what Baba is offering us, and the task is entrusting us. He has to trust a lot. And feeling Baba's trust, I feel more determined. His trust makes me more courageous and determined. I don't know if that worked for you too. And determination is not just what action I'm doing in order to reach my goal, but it's also the attitude on the way that I entertain the dharna I have. The quality of the journey actually makes it the destination. The quality of what I'm doing and what I am while I'm proceeding and moving on actually makes the destination, with the faith that I'm not traveling alone. And that's also provide me a big boost of determined thoughts and courage, because I'm not traveling alone, I'm traveling with God. And I'm sure you know already Mama's story about determination, that she was asked, what is the main quality that we need to practice most than anything else in order to transform the self? I think it was Jagdish Bai asked this to Mama, and Mama replied, actually two virtues, they are essential to get all the other virtues on place. And those two virtues were determination and courage. Because if we do have them, all the other will come along. If I'm not determined in my discipline and my dharna, none of the other virtues will be consistent. And I like the image of determination being like an unbroken line, like a thread that anchors every situation to its invisible purpose. It's like determination is holding that thread together. And without determination, life becomes rudderless, or action becomes scattered, confused, with no direction. And if I allow the thread of determination to guide my choices and therefore my actions, then I will be very determined. And we also know that by nature, we are powerful souls. Not do you feel that you are very powerful souls? And then everything is possible. So it's like a basic thought that we are powerful souls chosen for this task. And so everything is possible. Otherwise, believe me, thinking to change, I wouldn't really take that challenge. We reached the end of the cycle pretty tough, pretty damaged, with very rooted sanskaras. So only through Baba and with Baba, we can really take on board that kind of challenge of changing the self. And determination is not just the question of acting and moving forward. You know, like, well, I'm very determined and I go straight forward to the goal. It's not just that kind of attitude, which is also, of course, but it's also being immovable. Like the qualities remain immovable in my consciousness, like a solid state of mind within the ups and downs of life and Brahmin life. And the stability within discipline in my dharna held for a long period of time. Like Baba says very often, practice for a long period of time. So when I keep my discipline and my dharna held for a long stretch of time, it's like the energy penetrates the surface of my life, of my being, and transforms it. And the more I see the result, the more I become determined. And also, determination is when the objective, the aim, the goal is more powerful than anything else. What can attract me in this world anyway? Is going to get worse and worse on a superficial, materialistic level. And the objective, the aim, the objective that Baba gave us is so powerful. And when the aim is more powerful than anything else, then who can move us from that direction? It's like we become really paka, really firm in what we do. Sometimes people comment, how come you are so determined, so dedicated? Because we have a special aim, which is deep and meaningful. Actually, when I decided to join this school and become a Brahmin, I actually felt that this reality was giving me a very special meaning. It was providing a real meaning to this life. So to remember why do I do what I do, and to keep my sight on the aim makes me very determined and keep me on track. And I guess this topic has been extracted by the Avyak Murli of a couple of weeks ago. On the 14th of July, there was in the Avyak Murli mentioned to determination. And Baba was saying, in order to become equal to the Father, you need to have determination in two things: in maintaining your self-respect and giving respect to people, to everyone. And it's interesting the connection between self-respect and determination. And I ask myself, how do I improve my self-respect? And the first thought that came in my mind is that every day I'm listening to Baba's words, and every point in the Murli has the aim of changing myself, of guiding me towards my goal, of protecting me from whatever challenge I can face. So I was getting so much love for the Murli, because listening to the Murli itself improves my self-respect, because the energy that comes through the Murli is the energy of respect from God to all of us. Just the fact that he's talking to us, there is so much respect, so much trust, so much love. And that itself improve my self-respect. And then if I turn the Murli even deeper, even further, but even just listening to the Murli does a huge effect to the soul. And giving respect to other people, there is the ABC of respect. La possibilità è più Power Systems Italia SRL. Oh, sorry, the telephone went off. So the ABC of respect, like acceptance, appreciation, and benevolence, and concentration. Papa in the same Murli was talking about giving and encouraging people looking at their 5% of goodness. Even if somebody does make mistake for the 95%, but can I focus on the 5% of goodness and then encourage them, and that will give them power, but also will give me power. And also this requires determination to keep seeing goodness. And actually it's intriguing if I can go through the ABC of respect, but that's, I leave it to you as a journey. What's the ABC of respect for you? And in that same Murli, Baba was giving many points on determination. And I just took a few points and I would like to read them through again. No matter how much someone tries to shake your determination, don't allow your determination to weaken. That means I have a choice to let those comments affect me or not. That's when my self-respect is useful. Make it strong, become unshakable. Only then you will be able to fulfill the promise. And aim, the objective, is synonym of the promise I made to myself and God to reach that destination. Baghdad saw the three corners, that three corners are very firm. I don't know if you remember the three corners: thoughts, aim, and enthusiasm. But the fourth corner is weak, and that's determination. So it's like I have the thought of transforming, becoming, getting some results. I have the enthusiasm, and I have, of course, the aim, but I lack determination. And this is what Baba was emphasizing. Even if someone insults you, hates you, disrespects or defame you, or cause you sorrow, your good wishes should never stop. So the power of good wishes is such an incredible power. Because if I'm busy creating that kind of pure feelings, and I think that Baba never stopped telling us to practice good wishes and pure feelings for everyone. And the power of good wishes is is cleaning the soul, is cleaning my karma. We reach the end of the cycle with a lot of stuff, a lot of interconnection with people in terms of karmic bondages. So the practice of good wishes, and be very determined in that. Like every day, I will give some time to practice good wishes. When I go to Madhuban every year, I usually set a goal for myself, but one goal is always the same every single year. And I think I've been to Madhuban like 40 times, maybe more. But apart from different moments and the different aims, one goal was always the same, and that was to reinforce the practice of good wishes and good feelings for everyone. So I would set a time every day in the meditation, in the evening meditation especially, and practice making everybody emerge in my mind, like transiting in my mind, and sharing good wishes. And I was feeling that was reinforcing me, cleaning the path and the interaction, and that determined thought of doing it every day made me feel a lot of results. So you can take this kind of example if you want to, but it requires a very determined thought that has to be done on a regular basis, not once in a while, but for some time at least, every day. It did work for me. I could solve a few things in that way. And also, beside the power of good wishes and the determined thought of staying in the energy and fill myself with the energy, Papa also gives two slogans. They are very much connected with determination. I don't know if you can recall them, but one is that the situation will not change, the center will not change, the place will not change, souls will not change, and we know that maybe, but I have to change. So this is a very specific motto that we have. And then Baba usually says, then Maya will bow down to you. She will try to make you bow down to Maya, but then eventually she will bow down to you. And that's the result of keep going, keep being determined. And the second slogan is, if not now, then never. I love this slogan because it shakes you a bit. Like you cannot procrastinate, you cannot say tomorrow because tomorrow might not exist. So if not now, then never. And the first time I met Jayanti Ben, and I actually met a senior at the very beginning of my Brahmin life, she went into trance. She used to go in trance at that time. It was 1988. And she sat on the gadi, and she was actually offering bhog, and she went into trance. And I thought, I never saw that before. It was actually pretty unusual. And I thought, why is she closing her eyes? We are meant to meditate with the eyes open. But then afterwards, they explained me that she was in trance. But what I did remember, and I do remember till today, quite a few years back, is what she said. the message that she brought back. It wasn't a long message, but one phrase made a lot of difference to me. And she said, if you think that your destination is very far, is far off, then between now and then, many things can happen. No, your destination is here and now. And do not think that something will happen in the future, like, postpone it. No, your destination is here and now. And I heard that phrase and I thought, right, I have to decide now. That's when I decided to become a brahmin. Because determination is an incredible weapon. A determined thought is an incredible weapon that will settle yourself in the right stage, in the right mindset, together with faith, of course, and willpower. So it's a weapon. And I remember that really determined a shift in my choice. And of course, opposition will come, but they will make your position more firm if you are determined. Because we know that Maya will oppose, will challenge, will do her tricks, but if you are very determined and courageous, remember those two virtues, they go along together, then any opposition will make your position even more firm. And there are enemies of determination. Enemies like feeling discouraged. Sometimes we try to change a sanskara, for example, and then it doesn't happen. So we can feel discouraged or hopeless because of failing again and again. But determination means don't give up. Purity provides courage, pure intention, pure feelings. They provide a lot of courage and therefore determination because they are brothers. And they thought, I will definitely make it. I will definitely be that. And it's interesting as shifting thoughts can happen in a second. I can feel like I can't do it. And then just 1 second to say, why not? I have Papa. I can make it. I can do it. You only take 1 second. I love the practice of 1 second. In 1 second, I become bodiless. This is my daily practice. Because I think everything is just a matter of choice. So I choose in 1 second, I become bodiless. In 1 second, I go beyond. In 1 second, I shift my thoughts. I can do it. I surrender my old thoughts to something new. And then from feeling discouraged, I feel that wave of courage coming up again. Or another enemy of determination is finding excuses. So easy to find an excuse. We can be very, very expert. Oh, because of this place, or because of that person, because of my health, because of many things. Baba loves honest heart. Blaming others, circumstances, finding excuses, it doesn't work. Actually diminishes and block my pace and my determination. And I become tired. Finding excuse, feeling discouraged, all these make us very tired. While we need a lot of energy to proceed and reach the destination. And another enemy is being influenced by other people, by their thoughts. But often Baba says, don't look at others, don't listen to others, don't be influenced by others, because they might be very careless or very negative. Actually, I can be not the one that is influenced, but the one that can influence. With determination, I can break the wall that I will build if I get influenced by people or things or situation of energy. But my practice of being a bit detached and good wishes, as we were saying before, will make me the one that influence in a positive way, whether it's a Lokik or alokik world. And for many people, determination is motivated by ego, ambition, proudness, which is another big enemy of determination, being so proud, so ambitious, so egoistic, willing to get something at all cost, even hurting people in order to get what I want to get. That's a sanskara. But determination is not just force reality, forcing situation, getting everything I want at any cost, because that's not what I'm willing. That's not a virtue, actually. That's ego-driven. But there is a determination which is deeply calm, silent, supported by a deep sense of responsibility, a gentle determination that embraces the soul and makes me progress on a constant and firm base. It's like being in tune with my true self. If I'm in tune with my truth inside, I'm naturally determined, because that truth will nourish my determination naturally, automatically. And another enemy of determination is laziness. Sometimes Baba called laziness the fifth vice. And we become lazy when we've been failing many times. Sometimes people ask, why am I so lazy? What's the roots of laziness? Because it's a big block to be lazy, physically and mentally. And laziness can be due to having failed many times and therefore having given up. Just give up. And I just lie back, become a bit passive. But also, it's lack of willpower. And I remember many years ago listening to a class in Madhuban where somebody was saying the reason of lacking willpower, which is so connected with determination, is like the lack of willpower is a karmic result of being disobedient. And I was very struck by that affirmation. The lack of willpower is a karmic result of being disobedient, a result of lack of integrity within my discipline, within my following some principle. So I know that if I follow the path accurately, in an accurate way, then I will gain, karmically speaking, willpower and therefore determination. But there are many, many enemies. Those are just few. Again, this could be a nice journey for you. And determination brings also many gifts, like the gift of resilience. Baba says the boat can rock, but it will not sink. Such a resilience of keep going. Or the gift of courage that we mentioned already. If I do one step, Baba will do 100 steps. And it's a courage out of love that can move the mountains. It's unstoppable. It's like falling in love with the task and the destination. Because we have been falling in love with God. So that kind of courage out of love, knowing that Papa is constantly there to help, to lift you up, to keep showing your destination. And the gift of concentration, like I focus only on what I can control and on my part. That's for me concentration. And if I'm so focused, then there is no gap between the action, between the thought and the action. And that's concentration. And determined thoughts implies a good amount of concentration. So I follow what I'm focusing and according to my own part. And then the gift of detachment. It's like I close the ear and to the voices that try to discourage me. Sometimes people don't encourage you or they don't believe in you. So it's like don't listen to them. Listen to Baba's voice. He trusts you so much. So detaching from other voices, detaching from whatever else might stop you or pull you back, and listen to the right voices. That's a way of detaching from what is not useful to me and attaching myself to what is useful. And then the gift of patience. Time has its own pace. We live in a world where we rush. We want to go very fast. Time has its own pace. And I love the idea of dancing with time. It's a synchronicity and respecting time. In fact, determination is a balance. It's like in a scale of balances. Determination is one plate and on the other is patience. If I get too determined in a wrong way, I will become stubborn. And if I get too patient on the other scale, on the other plate of the scale, I will become passive. So the balance between determination and patience, it's very, very magical balance. And then the gift of silence. Silence brings up the qualities to the surface and make them available again. And so if I allow silence to bring them up, and determination will bring them forward, then I can continue to be them, to share them, to use them to serve. And then going back to silence in that gentle determination of be with me, be with truth, be with Baba, and then act. So that's a kind of, again, balance. And the gift of transformation. I need to change my approach to failure. Determined people are fueled by failure. They are not discouraged by them. If I did a mistake, if I did it wrongly, let's learn how to do it better next time. If I'm determined, a failure will not stop me, will fuel my courage. And often Baba said, get up, not once, not twice, but 21 times if necessary. Who didn't fail? Who doesn't make mistakes? And then the gift of stability. I like the phrase that Baba mentioned sometime, tie the belt of determined thought, and you will not fluctuate. Because situations are so intense sometimes. And if I'm not stable, I can collapse easily. So tie the belt of determination, of determined thoughts, and I will be protected. And the gift of discernment. That Babas can touch the intellect when the intellect is receptive, open, subtle, trained. Actually, Gyan and churning trains the intellect. And I learn to discern. And that kind of clarity will indicate what to do when. And that's also important because if I'm determined to go in the right direction. So for a good determination, I need clarity. And I need to discern before I decide which way do I go? Which choice do I do? So determination is very much connected with discernment. And then the gift of blessings. Papa is giving so many blessings. And the blessing of determination to be definitely successful. Where there is determination, there is success. It's a blessing. It's one of the main blessings from Baba. Where there is determination, there is success. So if I want success, then I just need to be determined. It's a blessing, therefore it works. Where there is determination, there is success. And the last is the gift of faith. When I have the faith that Baba is mine and I'm Baba's, when there is this determined thought, which is a deep feeling, nothing is impossible. If I keep thinking and feeling and experiencing that I'm Baba's and Baba is mine, then nothing is impossible. And that faith leads to victory. So I'm watching the time. Some strategy. Make sure that you are practicing to let go, because together we've been very determined. I also need to keep letting go. Not my principle, of course, but whatever is ego driven. And the practice of letting go will make me determined in moving forward with what is essential. I cannot carry everything with me. I only want to carry what is useful, what is meaningful, and what will make me what my destination is preparing for me. So it's like every day I can practice to let go all sanskara, old way of thinking, and make sure that while serving, you are accumulating blessings. Because as Baba says, in difficult times, count your blessings. And so determination in keep serving, even when it might be not so easy, or you find it's possible always to find opportunity for serving, to serve, to share, and accumulate blessings, many. That will be an incredible energy, not just today, but for the end. Actually, I was thinking that determination starts with D, and there are 8 more Ds connected with determination. Dignity, which is something, an outcome of being determined of become an embodiment of dignity. Detachment, dedication to the task, depth of understanding. I can only be determined if my understanding is deep. Diligent will make me paka and firm. Direct, because it's a direct line, even though it's twisted because of challenges, changes, yet within that twisted line, there is a direct line, a subtle direct line that connects me with my destination. And disciplined and divine, which is the aim. Become, again, the divine being that you are. So many Ds connected with determination. And then before we go through your question, if you have some, I found some jewels from Daddy about determination. Just a couple of jewels. And they are. Here they are. You have a lot of treasure, and the key to access them is determination. So you have a lot of treasures, and the key to access them is determination. Use them and share them, and this is the subtle way of increasing determination. So use them, share them, and this is the subtle way to increase determination. It will never diminishes. Where there is purity and power in our thoughts, then determination works automatically. I like to go through Daddy's classes and find jewels. They're so precious. So
it's beautiful. Thank you so much. Really, you fed us with this wonderful jewels, and I'm sure everyone is very content to hear every individual verse that you share. I look at the chat box, but there is only one question I saw.
Okay.
And this is, would you please give an example of good wishes?
Sure. Is when you think of somebody, let's say the mind is like a square, no? A square which is very crowded and people transit. How many people transit in your mind on a daily basis? So many people come and go through the mind. So the exercise is like as soon as somebody come in the mind, you can wish, I wish you to be happy. I wish you to be wonderful, whatever, any quality that you think the soul can be in need. Like if there is somebody that is arrogant or it's sad or is in pain, then you can wish them well, to feel good, to feel free. Actually, one very good wish is to wish to feel free, be free, feel free. And anything that comes in your mind with that, associated with that person, because the soul knows what people need. And if you sat in that state with the determined thought that I want to share good wishes, it's a kind of magic that you know exactly, somehow, on a subtle way, what they need. Or just on a general level, just be happy. I wish you to be happy. I wish you to be free. I wish you to be at the best of yourself. I wish you to be you, the real you, the true you. Anything good. And also towards the self. Can I give good wishes to myself, not just to people? And the practice of good wishes is a sanskara. And when the sanskara is created and activated, then it works for you and for them, both ways.
Yes, that's very true. And I feel like we also give any kind of good wishes through a distance, not, personally, not necessarily to person, but also to everyone, to the whole world, to the nature, right?
Yeah. Of course, when we do mansa seva,
Yeah, mansa
like
seva.
serving with the mind, then the energy of good wishes goes to everyone.
Everyone.
And we know there are many terrible things happening in the world, wars, etc.
Yes.
So dedicate every day a portion of time to send good wishes and the energy of peace and hope to people is our task also.
Yeah. Wonderful.
But I find that's much easier than to give good wishes to specific people.
Yes.
Because
true.
when they come in the mind, that's when maybe there is a karmic stuff or whatever. So, but the practice of a general good wishes and mansa seva helps a lot.
Helps a lot. Yeah. There's one question, so let me read it. First of all, Thanks, dear Antonella. A very deep explanation for determination, really. Strategies are great, but we are also forgetful. So many things to study. Can you also give some practical steps in being determined? Will be very much appreciated. Is it
Yeah,
clear? Yeah.
yeah, some steps not to forget and to be more
Yes.
determined.
Yes.
I think all the things that we said, they were kind of steps, but for example, to do a kind of a project, like if I want to practice anything that is useful to me, if it's useful to me to share good wishes or to wake up early in the morning, for example, uh, anything that it's not easy for me, then I can make a little project. And but any project that I do, as we know, we start the project and then after some time we forget. That's probably what the sister was in meaning. And why do we forget what we plan to do? That's because the energy behind is like I have not enough energy to keep up with my plan. And that's why behind that and before that, I need to fill myself with yoga power. Any plan that doesn't consider a good amount of meditation on a daily basis, the risk is that I will forget because I will get distracted by many things and I will say, okay, I will start tomorrow or I will take it back in a couple of days. But that's because the intention and the energy are not so strong. So, in my experience, when the yoga is strong and regular, and I do give priority to my stage, then I can follow any plan and any project. So, like every morning, quality time for Amrita, quality time of meditation before Murli, that does a big difference in building up a lot of energy within. The energy becomes power within the soul, and then I can plan a project and keep uh, being, keep following it with consistency. A lack of consistency for a Brahmins, if I withdraw it back, it's a lack of giving quality time to my stage.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I think it's very clear now. And I also love how you make the connection with the Murli and Baba showing us his respect to us.
Mm.
And I have never thought that the Murli is a
Mm.
means of Baba's respect to us. And I think it's lovely. And it gives a lot of, really encouragement to be determined on this path and all our aim. And also, I think it's beautiful that how that sister in trance, she mentioned that the destination is not far back, it's right now. And I think this realization is really great and help us that we have to do everything now because the now is the most precious time. Isn't it so?
Now or never.
Now and never, yes. I don't see any more questions, but again, let me ask if there are any. Otherwise, if do you have anything more to tell us about it or to give us any encouragement to be determined?
um, just one more thing, probably. Um, Determination requires energy and willpower. Willpower is the big brother of determination. And as I was saying before, and maybe I would like to emphasize it, willpower is a karmic result of integrity, obedience. And so I think the two things will make my willpower stronger and therefore my determination. One is to follow Baba's indication as much as I can, because that will provide this willpower as a result. And the other is service. If I can be as busy as I can according to my schedule and according to my life and give time to serve, then the power that I will accumulate, not just the power of blessing, but the sustenance from Baba, because I'm doing his task, his service, then this energy will build up a lot of strength. And that strength will be translated in determination. So being accurate in the schedule and being dedicated to service, they are both instruments and tools of determination.